So yeah, just to finalize, honestly, like what I prioritize is, you can see also I've got a bunch of like other this I like kept this one as like my main file. Uh, so this, like, if I were to do it again, I still treat this one as my main file, and I think even more about planning, think even more about how I want the app to look in the final stage, and maybe like write double here about how I want it to look, so that it creates that foundation within like 3 messages of the chat, right? Because the further you get away down the chat, the more context there is, and the worse the AI works. It's trying to filter through everything, just like a human would. So like, that's the one thing I would keep. One is like my main clean one, where I ask it to do all the big coding things, and then little things along the way, like what's an example? Uh, like I was getting, so here's an error in my API call. So at one point I was getting this error message, right? And this is something that I can just ask AI in general. I can just literally give it the error, paste it in, and it will solve it for me. It's something that sure I could have put in my main file, wherever it's gone. It's something that I could put in my main file, but it would just convolute it, and it would add more context that would just confuse AI. So I like decide like, okay, I'm just going to create a new one, just do a simple thing, and that'll be fine. So that's just another useful thing that like I found was useful for me, was distinguishing between like what's something that I want to keep in my main file, and what's something that I can just quickly ask ChatGPT that it doesn't need all this previous context to answer. That's just the other thing. And then yeah, I mean, really, you'll find your own kind of tricks of the trade once you start playing around with it. Like, what's the best for you, what little ways you like. But yeah, that was probably the most important step for me, was that notebook step. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Like, it's fun to solve them, and I'd be happy to help. All right.